chanting in different tongues. When forming in a circle as the sun smiles, for he knows he has created that matter of his always wanted. Chaos swimming through the anchor.
Hey, what's going on there, Twitch world? Thanks for joining me on In the Garage. And tonight we have my special friend, Sputnik Halo. Uh, it was Shady Side's favorite local band back in the early 2000s. And I'm going to let these mofos introduce themselves. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Andrew, number one mofo in your hearts and in your charts.
Hi, I'm Daniel Madero. You might remember me as the drummer for the band Sputnik Halo. I now play vocals and a little bit of keys in the band Grenades. Great to be here.
Go ahead, Michael.
Hi, I'm Mike. I played guitar in Sputnik. I also play guitar in Grenades. Thank you.
Tyler.
Hi, I'm Tyler Cross. I play bass and I sang a tad in Sputnik Halo, and I'm an all-around cool guy.
All right, you're up next.
I am Sarah, and I played keyboard and sang a little bit, and now I make yoga music.
Yoga music. So, since we all touched on what we're all doing nowadays, I want to hear more about this yoga music. Anyone else, besides the yoga music and Michael and Daniel, and anyone else still doing music nowadays?
I dabble. I have
Tyler,
like
take it.
sorry, buddy. I have like a few years of junk I've done on GarageBand, but like strictly like I haven't done any instruments. It's just programming, so not all that serious. It's like, man, do I want to read in the bathroom or would I rather do this?
In the bathroom.
Correct.
All right.
No, I'm not doing anything musically, like other than just having fun. I made sure to keep my guitar out so that it gets picked up frequently, and I'm raising a little singer performer in training with my daughter. So and then got my son some drums. So like trying to focus more energy on the younger generation and see if we can instill my passions in them.
Serena Williams, y'all.
Like what I like, kids.
Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
my expectations.
Yeah, whatever a good parent wants.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's get back to the band. With people that's just now discovering Sputnik, how did the band form? Who met who? Who exchanged numbers or wrote letters back in the day? Because I don't think the internet existed when the band formed.
Wow.
We
Let
all,
us
we all
know.
had pagers.
Well, I went to Sinclair as a theater student, and Andrew was cast in a play that I was in, and he had introduced me. He was also in a class with Tyler, too, right?
Yes.
Right.
And I think
our first acting class.
Yeah. So Andrew introduced me to Mike at Sinclair while we were both like running a class, and then Mike started coming by and hanging out because Tyler and I lived in a little 3-bedroom mansion out on Huffman Hill.
Sick digs.
Yeah, and then that was 2003. So in the summer of 2004, we Andrew, did you know Sarah, or was it Mike, or was like the both of you guys?
We
that knew
both
Sarah?
did. Mike, you
We
knew her the
both did.
longest, I believe, right? Is that correct, Sarah?
Yes. Sarah and I met in church.
Plug.
A lot of this was formed in church. A lot of this
That's it. That's all there is to the
was formed in
story.
church.
I have pictures of Mike and I together. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah's brother and I also played at our high school jazz band together.
Yeah.
So that's actually how I met Sarah, was through her older brother, Josh.
But
And we all
somebody
had, like,
invited
ties-
her, right?
Right, yes. We all had ties to like Northmont, which was the high school where we grew up, which had a very strong musical core, like from band to jazz band, all this. I showed up late in the scene and met all these amazing musicians through there that went on to form some of the other bands that we love too. And we got to that point where the four of us had kind of gotten as far as we thought we could, I think, and we knew that we needed that extra element. We started thinking of who to bring in, And then Sarah came to our next little mansion on Grafton Ave, Five Oaks,
Grafton.
represent,
Whoop whoop.
and blew our minds off with a fish cover on just
I
a little
remember.
keyboard
I
on the
remember.
couch, literally like in her lap, I want to say.
And we
just
sat around on
rocked
the
it,
floor.
and
Yeah.
that was it. It was done.
It was like a campfire, and we were just
Yeah,
like,
I think.
Singing and
Yeah.
melody.
Because I'll admit I was apprehensive, and then I met her, and I was like, yeah, she's really cool, and I like her, but like, yeah.
So
no.
Sarah, you tell how it actually happened.
So I had known Mike for a long time, and Andrew and I were in theater together. So I was raised in classically and whatnot, and knew nothing about what they played or anything like that. And I think I went and saw them at a church.
Yeah, it was Salem. We did another Salem show.
Yeah.
We rocked a few Salem Church of God shows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of Mice and Men, probably.
Toads and
Toads
Mice.
and Mice.
Toads and Mice.
I think
Mice. Yeah,
Zayo
Mice and
played a
Men.
few
I think
church
I
shows.
think they would have been Sunset Elixir or
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
Zam.
Yeah.
They were
Yes.
they
They did a
Dustin-
Sade
Sunset
cover.
Elixir at
Dustin
first.
and,
They did a Sade cover.
Yes.
So mad I don't remember his
Wait,
name.
Sade or
Greg Lewis?
Sade?
Sade.
Just my apologies. Sade.
Sade.
Which cover was it?
Shout out.
Smooth Operator.
Smooth Operator.
I
Hmm.
remember. They wore
Hmm.
masks that had lights on them. For realsies.
Yeah.
So-
Dustin Rose wore a suit jacket with Christmas lights attached to it on stage
Yes.
for us at some of our earliest Canal Street shows.
Yes.
While
Oh yeah.
one of our lady friends did sock puppets at the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my-
Above a
Wait.
keyboard and piano.
That's right.
So
She had like the fake beard and the overalls and shit. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jenny.
Yeah.
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 Jenny,
Yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah.
in
She got
the
Jenny to dress up.
formation of the band, around what time period was it? you all remember?
2003 was when we first started fucking around. I had some like theater party at our house, and I was playing around on the keyboard with some like programmed drums, and like it just had like all these theater kids like flowing all night, and it was super lame. But
Oh,
Mike started coming by and just playing guitar at random, and then a year later, almost like a year and 2 months later, Sarah came by in the dead of summer of 2004, and this show is like from 2007,
Yes,
Ides
sir.
of March show.
Mm.
One of the Brannon Hawk classics.
Yeah, goddamn. That would be like two bands going like right after each other, basically, back to forth. And I think Quan played that night, and I also think John Lakes did some like Neil Young covers and shit.
I
just on the
vaguely
acoustic
remember
guitar.
that too.
Yeah, that was a good show. I don't remember who else played though.
Oh, I think My Latex Brain did, or am I confusing? another?
Ooh,
Ooh.
shit.
I mean, it's
Yeah, but we-
believable.
We
Yeah.
wouldn't have-
Brandon
we would
Hawk
not
has a
have
flyer.
closed for My Latex Brain. No, because we closed out that show that night.
Fair
So-
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
Uh,
with
yeah.
as much spine as we can hold. Fair point.
I don't know. We did a lot of closing out shows for bigger bands, but that just meant we went on at like 2 in the freaking morning
So they can leave.
while the bigger band
Yeah.
left. I'm
Yeah,
looking at
they were
you,
packed up and ready to go.
yeah, there's
call
no
that
way
the
I could
hustle.
do a late show nowadays.
No
God,
way.
no.
I will be the
Respect.
opener to anything. Put me on at 7:30. I'll be home by 8. You know.
I mean,
out.
before COVID, I mean, we were still Grenades is still closing nights out and having to play at like what 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Not get home to
God.
about 3 or 4. I don't know how.
Yes.
I don't know how we're doing it still.
I think just the loading up the equipment part alone, I'd just
Serious.
die. I would just die.
The initial load. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
and then
before-
get
load
and,
back-
before
the
we
load
go-
back, you're at least kinda
what do you-
drunk.
What do you think?
well, and to get tired and sweaty like 3 to 4 separate times. Like no, sometimes like loading into the van, loading out of the van,
That part.
loading for the
Yeah, that
show,
part.
unloading
Mhm.
the show. and you're just like, oh man, like why am I getting sick? Well, it was really cold outside, and you were in a t-shirt and covered in sweat for like 3 hours.
Right. And you just had to take
Well,
a dump
now
in the
that
world's most disgusting bathroom ever. So there's all kinds of factors that are really keeping rock and rollers.
Do I have hepatitis?
Well,
Yes.
I think that was the main reason Night Owl got shut down, is for their bathroom citations. Pretty
I-
sure. No,
I
I'm kidding.
remember spray painting
can't
Sputnik
be
Halo onto the mirror at Night Owl and getting a citation for that. Like, we spray painted our
Do you
Sputnik
remember
tag everywhere.
Stinky Jesus,
yes.
the sound guy?
Arch nemesis.
One of the best sound guys
Yeah.
Dayton ever had.
Anybody in Dayton
He was so
who
mad.
played in those years knows Stinky Jesus for sure.
Yeah,
Dude,
hey,
that
guy-
one show we played, we almost
Yeah.
rushed the stage when he like took the mic from Malarkey, and he was all angry. And we were all like,
Wait.
You have to think of it too. We made him mic all 5 of us. Like each of
And
us had a goddamn.
we're the
We made him do
future,
his job.
guy. We're breaking rules of rock and roll here, guy. Sorry.
do your job.
Experiment much.
Everything.
5 mics, not one harmony.
My favorite thing is when they'd be like, "Well, you guys are too loud," and you have to be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, there's 5 of us."
How are we supposed to be louder than each other?
Come on now.
That
Like-
doesn't work.
We're
Yeah.
literally playing in a club.
Like when Malarkey says the worst part of those late night shows was trying to stay sober. I mean, when
Trying to stay
when
sober.
were you ever
Yeah.
sober? Like throughout like the beginning of the night. It's when it's-
Loaded.
if you
Loaded
played
was like
second, you
the
were
beginning.
lucky if you were like still functioning your own fingers at that point.
Well, that's why you'd load in early. So like as soon as they would open and let you in, you would load in early, leave the car there,
Yeah.
and walk. Like, or we just
Oh,
take
man.
one car.
Oh no! Camera down. All right. And on
You
that
guys
note,
remember-
let's go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Start this show, and we'll have room for comments,
more
everything at the
stories.
end,
Good. Good.
and
because
stories in
I-
between. Don't let the show stop you from telling stories. All right. So let's
Alright.
go ahead and start this bad boy.
I know
This
I
one-
squirm a lot. I
Uh,
don't know if I said that, but I squirm a lot. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I can't say it.
This one time,
All right, here
Daniel
we go.
farted a plum.
Uh-huh. And Mike shit fucked the horse.
It was
The
consensual.
beginning of this recording got cut off, chat. So don't holler at me. Holler at Daniel or
No,
Bart.
Bart Clemmer.
Bart
shut
Clemmer.
this, So let's.
Yeah.
Hey, he was tall though. And handsome.
He still is.
No, he still is. That beard. Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys. Fucking you guys.
This year's 2007, Mr. Michael Malarkey.
So right now, my favorite part is that the lights are Christmassy in March.
They always were. It was always a pink and blue hue, if you will.
Now, for a background for people that don't know the Pearl was this nightclub that was converted from a diner. So the whole level of everything wasn't level. There was just like different stages of elevation that did not make sense, but it did at the same time.
Right.
Only
The
like
place defied
like
logic.
you could go to the side or that other side, but then you're like completely blocked off from the other.
Yeah, like a 50 styles MC Escher diner bar.
It was like Twin Peaks, but like in the Midwest. You
And
know?
there was
It-
with the backwards talking and
Mhm. Yeah,
Red Room.
yeah.
Red Room.
Little man. Yeah.
BRB chat.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Are you wearing the same shirt, Andrew?
And so
God. Oh my God. Oh, dude, please just let me see like a lot more of that.
Oh. Oh yeah, you give me a turn. Oh, I wasn't talking about that. Nobody cares, Dad.
Mad Pat.
That
Oh, I need that
So-
tattoo.
we were just fucking around with t-shirts. Did you just have like crap night or something? Or did we like honestly get together? You can't hear see what I'm saying. I can hear.
you're muted.
Yeah. Why did you do that?
Grocer.
Why would you do that?
Sorry, I'm muted. I'm sorry. I can't hear the music at all, so I've got a technical difficulty. So I was listening on the computer, but we did crap night like every week basically. I mean, I'm sure tons of our friends were involved in making the shirts that they later then were forced to purchase because nobody else was. So,
Like on Elliot.
spray paint, bleach, we did it all, and I managed to salvage one of the shirts, so I'm happy I helped it. It's funny.
I have a green.
Can you
tank
guys
top.
see the video now? That was my bad. I wasn't
Oh,
streaming
yeah,
it onto Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's dark as shit, but whatever.
I can now, and I can hear it too. Thank you.
This was a part that I think this entire song was that real key moment for the band when we pulled this off. I stand by the song so hard.
Oh no, it still gets me, man.
Yeah, I know. This little part right here.
I wish we had an actual like a recording
I-
of this song. I've been trying to find one for like 10 years.
I know it's
Oh,
it's
it's
so
Dayton.
disappointing. And I try not to like dwell on it, but yeah, I absolutely love that song, and I would give anything to hear it
I know.
in its true recorded form again. But enough of that. This is still like a really fun show.
Enough of that. But yeah, great show, great song, and just so much fun. I remember just the part that's cut off. I specifically remember us writing it, forming it, and just like trying to push to be a little bit more. Yeah, maybe I've alluded to it before,
Going
but
on, Scotty
melodic.
Players.
and,
Miss you guys. Just going. Man.
I still wish
Look
every
at Tyler,
show we
man.
played. I wish every stage was like huge because I felt like that we didn't live up to our potential because we didn't get a giant stage.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we-
I don't know that we needed one.
Well, kind of because like yeah, totally, and like how close calls of like nearly hitting each other with guitar heads and stuff.
Less than close calls, and I remember specifically at one show, but I think it was at maybe it was already Blind Bob's at the time. But looking out into the crowd, and there's Joey Coolidge and somebody else at the front,
Yeah.
and they're rocking
Oh, you
out
got
with,
it,
their
Scotty.
knee, with their knee
You
up.
got it.
And I'm like, oh, I can step on that knee and be elevated above the crowd, and I go to do it, and full flat, the floor, the dirty ass floor slam. Mike's still by me, show keeps going. Thought we were gods on that stage some nights, man, and that's what was so fun about it. And this song specifically brought it out of us. We were at our peak drama.
And I can remember because you were so sweaty, everything on the floor stuck to you. So it was like a pretty punk rock moment when you got back up there. We're just like, fuck this, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, love it.
Oh yay!
oh, what a plug.
Is this Milford
Just
Man?
so
Totally.
concerned.
Milford
so
Man.
concerned that
I don't even
everybody
remember-
knew what the reference was.
Right, like they would give a shit.
Rename this song and don't miss it. Don't miss the reference. You can
Sing the
always tell a
song.
Milford Man.
I'll be honest, guys, I don't remember this song at all.
This one has escaped me very much. So.
Really good.
Oh, I got a random story. It's not necessarily about this show, but just watching Daniel back in the drums. I don't know, and since we talked about Night Owl, I remember during you already
St.
know.
Patrick's Day.
It might have been, but
The back
Sputnik was
window.
playing at this show called Night Owl, and where they had a funky stage setup. So where the drummer, their back was like to the window that was exposed to the street, and this motherfucker, Daniel, is wearing like this onesie with the
Oh,
open
yeah.
bottom, and it was just like there's his 2 buttocks in my face.
Yeah.
I just know her better.
It was I was supposed to be the one wearing the onesie. I mean, that was the original idea, but I chickened out kind of at the last second. And then Daniel stepped up and bared it all.
Yeah.
Well,
And
because-
even better, like there was a guy in a giant like leprechaun head outfit sitting in a gigantic
Totally.
throne, and
Yes.
he was positioned
Yeah.
like to stare at my ass for like the better part of 45 to 50 minutes. And he was like posing for photos, and everyone's taking photos next to my ass. And this guy's like, I'm losing out on all this money tonight, and I can't move. And this is before we had pocket TVs, so he just had to stare at my ass all goddamn night.
Right?
Amazing.
No, I remember the conversation being Daniel would be like, well, I'll wear it because Mike was worried, I think, about falling out of. And if Daniel did, who cares? He's like playing drums. But you know, you had the full back 9 on display.
Somebody's got that in their photo memory.
Oh, I
Picture of
would love
Daniel's
if
white,
somebody
fucking
has it,
hairy
please.
ass. Amazing. I have my memories just for fun.
Yes.
Poontang ass.
So this is
Were,
like the
were
hook.
people paying $5 to take pictures of your bum?
He had to pay them.
Yeah.
So,
Is
I
that,
love-
is that his OnlyFans account? Just little peeks.
OG OnlyFans.
Right. I love Amy's little knitted shawl.
She just came in to remind me that Nick Testa told her that she came dressed like a basketball hoop when she wore the
Oh no, I would say a gypsy.
gypsy basketball. Yeah.
The worst Halloween ever.
Some of the very first Night Beast shows when it was just Nick, part of the show was him and Amy having like a fight. It was always pretty amazing. So
Did you, Andrew? Did you just totally bail out on the dance moves?
I think I probably nailed it. That's what you said.
My bad.
Perfectly executed dance move. Man, I did think I thought I had it. My stance at the time, I gotta give a shout out to a Dayton band that maybe people remember. My whole stance was inspired by the lead singer from Gunmetal Gray, which was a local band. And
Word.
They were sick, they were great. And he just had this low kind of stance, it was kind of Jagger mixed with punk or something, and I just like I had to have that, and so I kind of adopted it.
Are you wearing those white boots?
Chances are. I wish
Like
I was
in
wearing
you-
them now.
Yeah, but like Chuck Norris style white boots.
Yeah, my Sunday boots.
Shit kickers. Yeah, ass stompers.
Ooh.
Here we
What a
go.
segue. Yeah.
Mike kills it.
Oh yeah. Every
He
time.
absolutely like just nails his fucking part. Like, I don't know. I mean, this song's pretty great to begin with, but
On this live recording, I do.
yeah.
Oh man, that's
Once we get
surprising.
to the once we get
On
to
the recording, on the one
bridge
recording,
solo.
it's amazing too.
Well,
They don't-
it's the same piece. It's the same line. As soon as we saw this show, I told Mike before he recorded his guitar part for Whispers, I was like, "This is exactly what you have to do. This solo
Yeah.
right here
Oh,
matches
yeah.
perfectly." And then, for whatever reason, you listen.
Daniel, do you have
That
a
one-
you have pigtails?
Well,
Yeah, I think so.
You have
Yes.
pigtails.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I remember this song and Mob of Torches being one of the two that I feel like I pushed back on a lot while we were writing them, because I never really figured out what exactly it was I was doing. But going back and listening to the recording we have of this song, it's one of my favorite things that we do on that album. And just hearing Mob of Torches, like, holy shit, way better than I remembered it to be.
That's funny. I had the opposite of that.
Yeah, that
That
was
was-
the one you pointed out, Tyler.
Yeah, no, it just seemed like, because to me it was just supposed to be brash and adolescent sounding, dealing with things you can't change, you know. So to me it was just like, yeah, dude, I don't care. Just like, I trusted in you that you would do what was necessary for the song, and kind of hoped that, you know, you would get angry enough with me not helping you that you would just be like, all right, fuck you, dude.
It worked.
There it is.
Andrew, how many tracks did you play
That's
guitars on?
I think there was maybe only like 3 or 4 songs over, well, probably more than that over the several years of us playing. This was the only one that really stuck, but I would play electric on 2 of the later songs, and I've maybe played acoustic on one of the other earlier songs.
The song started with you on acoustic, so like that set the pace for the whole thing, and I honestly felt like you didn't sing it the same way if you didn't have.
Oh,
know-
definitely, yeah. I don't know that I don't know that I play. It's so funny. I love playing guitar, but I was never great at singing and playing at the same time, and I wanted to, especially per the parlance of the times or whatever that phrase is, I wanted to be up there and doing the mumbo jumbo, right? You can't do that with a guitar. And
This was
guitar
my
is
favorite
hard,
part of the
so-
whole song. That transition, by the way. And is Pearl for sale again? Scott just sold that place like, what, 3-4 years ago? Interesting.
Oh, I don't know.
Commenting
you're
on
saying-
chat.
So you're buying it, starting a sweet venue, and
Fight Club.
that. Everybody on Twitch, throwing sick money
idea,
so
guys.
we can reopen the Pearl. We can live our childhoods.
Speaking of which,
Pro
go to my
wrestling.
About Me page. There's a donate/tip page. Just hit that button.
Yeah, come on, give the guy a little bit of money. You're watching.
Yeah.
Or hit
He's
that
handsome,
sub button.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, better this guy than some other asshole's opinion. Not that you're an asshole. Not that you're always. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No. During. Why, hello. Thank you for those channel points there. Now,
Channel point.
Oh God, I forgot about this.
from Scotty Flares, Andrew, you and me both, brother. I couldn't play and sing at the same time. Also, I couldn't play or sing very well. Haha. This is making my day.
But also similarly, we had the moves, brother, and I definitely stole a few of your signature kicks at times, but I could never get my leg as high as you did. Never.
Ooh, you should have a leg off.
Anybody who's seen a Shady Side show live knows exactly the leg I'm referring to.
Word. Word.
I can't kick that leg up.
Are
Scott-
we talking about Dave
Pardon me.
Rosenberg's right leg?
Scotty
Yeah,
Flares.
On that kick pedal?
Are you on
On that
mobile
kick-
or
on that
PC?
pedal?
That was funny. I'll never. The first time I saw Shady Side, Vinny made me feel really lazy. Like,
Would open
oh
briefly
man, this
after
guy's
Vex.
exhausting.
Still empty, ready for his channel's investment. Should talk more about that later. Wait, is this Opie? Like Opie?
What song is this?
Harvesting cherry blossoms. It's like the last.
Nanny, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you.
Man, I don't remember doing this at all.
Dude, it's got some funk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember
that first
this
part was
track.
nice.
'Cause I remember I was pushing this bass line for like,
Right, that
had
bass is
this-
slappy.
dude, I had that bass line for like 3 years, and everything I put it in, we didn't eventually do, and I was just like, son of a bitch, like.
Yeah.
And we finally had this, and you guys were happy, and I don't think anybody noticed that I recycled it, so I was like, okay.
I think.
Oh wait, did that link even go up? Come on, bro. Hold on.
I was afraid Queen was gonna sue me for that bass line.
From the grave.
Well, they
Yeah,
will
it's like
now
Mercury
since
comes
we're
back.
streaming the
Years old.
baseline.
Well, okay. Well, then they'd have to admit I pulled it off as good as them, so I consider that a victory.
There you go.
They're not getting that money.
Ooh, yeah. Now we're really
Shaking that
feeling it.
butt.
So, Scotty Flares, if you go to back up and go to the About Me section, scroll down, there is a banner for donate/tip. Just hit that banner and do your thing.
Daniel, are you preaching on this one? Are you going after it?
I think so.
That's you killing it.
Oh man, look at Andrew just
That was it,
hyping.
isn't it?
Just
What
hyping.
is this? This looks like some 311.
That's not Andrew, that's Nick.
Dude, no, Andrew, you had like one of the most exhausting jobs, and it always reminded me of Almost Famous. Like that was your mantra almost. Like you see that person in the audience not getting off, and you get them off.
That's my job, bro.
You
I
like
give my
work
energy,
so hard.
my energy to them. That always works in a Dayton show for sure. That
Well,
definitely
you
always
remember,
works.
you remember the
Giving
Adam
so
Jones
much.
shows where that
I got
doesn't
it.
work?
I'm receiving it. This is me projecting it back at you, bro. Dig it. We had a lot of great dancers at our show, though. But I'll be honest.
Last jam.
That's 1 minute. That was a short set.
It
Yeah.
was like
Everyone was tired. Had to go home.
I'm
Yeah, 2 a.m.
yeah. I feel like we did a couple more after.
No,
we hit him with a double
At least
encore.
one.
no, we
Hey, there's Michael.
typically close with guardrails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Guardrails is like 19 minutes
That's
long,
square.
so
I was gonna say when you write 10-minute songs.
Yeah.
And
you
it's
only get to do 4.
exhausting. And you're sweaty as crap at this point. Like, oh man.
Just unlimited love for M Square.
M Square, baby.
Unlimited love for this dude.
Happy birthday. Mike, do you have that Marshall at this show?
Yeah, I'm still playing the Marshall. I didn't switch to the Vox until we did Still the Man Sheriffs.
Yeah.
I still had the Marshall. I think the first 2 shows for STMS.
Playing the PRS.
Hey, have a good night at work. Make sure you make some money, Scotty Flares.
Go Scotty,
See you, Scotty.
Mad Money.
Love you, baby.
Yeah, that
hey, Mike,
I sold that PRS.
can you tell
remember
that
the
story about that
yeah.
kid that wanted to buy your PRS and like messaged you online?
Yeah, I
That's a
randomly
good
got. I sold my PRS on it's an '87 original PRS that was signed by Paul Reed Smith that I beat the shit out of in Sputnik. And eventually I stopped playing it, so I sold it on eBay for a lot less than it was worth. And then somebody messaged me on Facebook, like almost like
Years later.
like 4 or 5 years later, and told me about. I was like, hey, you don't know me, but I live in. I think he was in Nashville. He's in some city in Tennessee. I think he was in Nashville at that point. And he said, you know, I found this guitar, and I think it's yours. I used to come watch Sputnik all the time, and you were this huge inspiration for me as a guitarist. He's like, I just want to know if this is your guitar that you use before I purchased it. And so him and I talked for like fucking weeks about this guitar, and then he ended up buying it, sending pictures of it and shit. And I still talk to him on Facebook every now and then.
That's so cool, man. It's great.
Yeah, it's really, really crazy.
Love that.
Just showed up at some random guitar shop in Tennessee.
When
The
did you guys
same
set
one.
a date yet? You guys set a date yet?
Yeah, but COVID happened, so we had to push it back.
Yeah.
We lost our deposit. It really sucked.
I'm sure your dad's disappointed.
Mostly my brother.
Hey, LT, thank you for the lurk.
Matt. So I remember specifically speaking about Guardrails Kill. I believe we debuted this song at Canal Street Tavern.
Yeah.
Is that right? And
Well, we did a teaser.
We're up front. That's what it was. A teaser of it. We were so stoked to drop this song.
And we only had
And
like it was only 6 minutes at that
We
point.
were just like fuck it, we're gonna play it, you know, like this
Yeah.
30 seconds is gonna be great. And I remember all 3 Plummer brothers front row for it, and just getting to do for the first time this song is called Guardrails Killed,
Yeah.
and it just felt. And I think this song was like the first, or maybe not first, but second or third, like real echelon that we were like crossing. We were like honing the 5 of us together, and like this is
Yeah.
what we're gonna do. We're gonna be dramatic and brutal.
It was. I share
we
the
started-
same
we started-
sentiments as Michael. He mentioned it on chat. It's like I love this song. He loves this song. It was just one of those songs where a person from outside the band. I might have been biased because I love everyone in the band, but it was my favorite one. Favorite one out of the collection you guys had. So
Thanks.
Yeah.
This was the second song we wrote that I felt really passionate about. The first one was called Window Wake. It was the first song we ever wrote.
Right.
We wrote it in like it wasn't even a basement. It was like a half basement
Yeah.
terrace area.
On
And we
Hub.
practiced it at that
It's
house.
unfinished.
on Hubman. And we were all just stoned as fuck down in this little fire hazard room.
We were so
Wrote that song.
We were just
One of
feeling
my favorite songs we wrote for like the next 3 or 4 songs, and then we started this one at a practice, and then I worked at an AM radio station when we wrote this song, and went that night, and instead of really doing my job, I just kind of stopped paying attention and just took my acoustic guitar and wrote the rest of the song that fucking night, and then got together I think the next day or a couple days after that.
that night.
Right.
After you got off work,
Oh,
you
that's
came
right,
over
yeah.
to mine and Andrew's place.
Yeah.
And you were
Yes.
like, guys, I've got it figured out. And
Yeah.
Sarah, it was her first night like hanging out at the house, and we were getting like slowly drunk, and you came like just in a frenzy, and we're like, I've got it figured out. And just played it for us, and we were like, okay, yeah, that's it.
If I could jump in real fast, to capitalize on Andrew saying dramatic and brutal and that kind of being our backbone, the thing that really got me about this song that I heard the most from people was like the journey you took on this song. Even if you weren't a fan of the style of music, you kind of felt like there was a change in you that you couldn't locate on the inside, you know? And like
Right.
people would say things to me like this, and I'd just be like, okay, whatever. Like I wish I was on what you were on, because it was so hard to separate yourself from the song, you know.
I
Right.
think that each part of the song signifies what conservative radio talk show I had to listen to while I was trying to write that part.
Probably.
pardon the interruption. I gotta make a shout out really quick. Steve, thank you very much for the raid, and you 11 raiders, welcome to the channel. We have Sputnik Halo with us watching an old show from 2007. I hope you enjoy
Hey
it.
everybody.
Join in the
Hi
chat.
everybody.
Wow.
Katie Cakes, thank you for the follow. All right, sorry. Sputnik, go ahead.
Well, you know,
I think we're on the
I'd be remiss if I didn't say Sarah like helped pretty much like build this song out. Like this was her first song that she
Oh,
had
yeah,
to
she
write
did.
on with us, and she
No,
fucking
I mean,
slayed it.
I had all, the thing was I had all the parts, but I didn't have them all, the transitions weren't really there. We didn't have a way to tie them all together until Sarah stepped in and started kind of giving her own input, and that's when everything really made sense in the song.
Right, and to me, I always felt like live. No offense to anybody,
Ooh,
but
look at
like,
Daniel.
with what we were trying to do, we were kind of having an energy drop when we were trying to, you know, create something huge. And Sarah brought this, you know, like this circulatory system that not only held everything together, but brought this new doom and gloom with a side of like beauty and art that really kind of put our adolescence in the right place.
Well put, yeah.
Thank you. Wordsmith. Yes.
So this keyboard that I have is just final.
Not to call you out, Miss Smith, can you speak into the mic, please?
Sorry.
Yeah, a little
Project,
better.
my love.
Barely.
Project.
Barely. Do I
Yeah,
have
there
to-
you go. Perfect.
So close. All right, so I didn't know any other sound except for the piano on this, and I'd never actually played any other instrument keyboard-wise except for piano. And so I think we had the great idea of plugging me into a bass amp because at that point I had already owned maybe at least 2 guitar amps for being
Yep.
too loud.
Right.
And so
It was two.
we decided to go into a bass amp and then put guitar distortion pedal
Right.
Yeah,
on
big.
top of that. And so I think this is the first song that we used guitar distortion on my keyboard, and that was the beginning of the darkness.
The darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. What's going on here in this song?
The breakdown.
Looks like
There's
they're
always a
making
new
out.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
always sang like a silly song before the end of Guardrails Kill.
Yeah.
That was
Hey, JD
Fleetwood
fan.
Mac.
For the longest time, it used to be like 80s, 90s R&B.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
some Montel Jordan. Yeah,
Totally, yeah.
yeah.
That's where Justin Timberlake came in.
Yeah.
So surprisingly enough, this show featured no costumes.
I'm
Yet
surprised.
Costumes
Yeah.
were such a huge part of our band. I can't believe there weren't any in this, or dressed up at all. You know?
Like, I'd heard that the Pee-wee show is on film somewhere.
I feel like there's
Oh, really?
that somewhere.
Yeah. I'll have to talk to somebody.
It was on YouTube.
I would love to see that.
Well, there's a portion of it on YouTube, so I think I know the source.
It'd be really.
You
I
have to send that to me.
Share that shit.
Yeah.
I
got it,
one
buddy.
of my favorite two that I remember from the Curl, where we did Halo 911.
Wait, is this Calamari Calamity? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Encore. Here we go.
My
Oh, yeah.
second
Let's
favorite.
save
Second
the
favorite.
costume.
This is still my favorite song ever.
When we decided, just do
who's
it.
that?
Just go. The only
We
way we're
wrote
writing a
two
song.
that's
that's
nearly
amazing.
10-minute songs, and so we had to write something short.
Yeah. I just wanted to show Chip and Wendell that I was a better guitar player than they. were.
Wow.
That's the whole reason this song even started.
That's.
I always felt like
I thought this song started because I was like, or no, I think you were writing that, and I was like, Sarah, just play something like, just play something weird, like something fucking weird, and you're just like, what about?
I thought we were
That's
going
it.
for like a German math
Turn
rock.
that guitar distortion pedal on and go at it. Really.
Because you remember the German part Sarah used to do? She did her part in German a few times. Yeah,
What?
and like I remember she used to do her little monologue in German, and she would do it live depending on who we were playing with, and we're like, oh, we're gonna metal the fuck out of this. Do it in German, Rod. And she would do it in German, and it would be like the hottest thing. And
Thank
so
you, Mr.
like,
June.
It's long gone.
And it was definitely our own, like the locust too, or at
Totally.
least for me, with lyrically,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like what horrible things can we say? Hellfest for sure.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we used to watch that DVD. 2003.
Yeah. Does anyone want to talk about how old I was when I actually joined the band and that I was playing in these bars?
How old were you? 18?
And now we have children of our own. I was 18.
18.
I-
Forgot about that part.
And you were freshly 18, right? By the time you like
Yeah.
auditioned.
Were we ever so young?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that show in Vandalia? It was like right before.
No.
Wait, hold on.
college.
Let's save
Wait,
this story.
What Vandalia show?
No.
We're saving the story.
Yeah, save this story. Because apparently, there's Mr. Nick Hunt. Oh, forewarning, chat. This was 2007, so I can't do math. 14 years ago. I was a little more assholey. I'm just going to forewarn everyone. So.
Are you gonna play it? Thank you for
Yeah, I'm going to let the DVD or the tape play through. It's a little extra, so anyone in this video, just say cheese.
Oh my gosh.
VHS.
So funny.
Adam Stevens.
Oh,
Dancing like an imp.
This is what Dayton, Ohio was like in 2007, folks.
Look at that
the
handsome devil.
Batman.
Look at that B movie Superman.
The one person we didn't give a shout out during the show was Kristen with her sick dance moves.
Adam Stevens always did the Milkman dance. He always did the chicken dance. Whenever we played that, he would initiate the chicken. Chicha. Chicha. Yeah.
Who is that? What is that?
Have any of you even seen the chicken?
Episode of this family was beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, who is that?
Was that MK?
Somebody.
Was that
That's
Mary
Mary
Catherine?
Catherine.
There's Clever,
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there's Square.
There's M
Becca.
Square.
Clem, brother.
Hey.
What I have to tell you for your life to be better.
Oh, look at that look.
Enjoy every second of it. Drink as much as you can, and don't forget to take your recreational drugs beforehand. That's all I got.
He, if you believe it or not, he's now the
Talk.
Oh,
Talk in 2007.
That's awesome.
Oh my god. What a cool, a super fun venue to play at. Super fun venue.
It was a fun venue. So,
That was great. That was so great.
Fabulous, and it was probably the greatest time I ever had in my whole life.
oh my
Oh,
god.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad for that person.
I have to leave. I have to leave the stream right now. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you and I both, my friend. You and I both. Oh,
Joey.
Joey.
Yeah. Best hug ever.
Yup.
You got a lot of beard with that hug.
Nobody made me feel more like their brother when they said it to you than Joey. Brother.
Yes.
Love you, brother. It's like,
Yeah.
Like
He-
Hulk
he
Hogan
hugged
should
like he
owe
meant it.
him money.
A really
Yes.
big
Yeah.
dick up your ass.
to the point.
Oh no.
I was unaware of this. Oh my god.
Yeah. I wish you hadn't shown this now.
In a
Mike is
bathroom.
Oh my god.
Mike is canceled.
Look at this dude.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Here.
Oh, shit.
April 22nd, Shady Side reunion.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, 14 years later.
Surprise.
oh.
That was a killer show too. You guys
Yeah.
remember?
That was a great show.
Amazing.
It'll be Shady Side reunion show, Val CD release.
Say it a
The
couple
best
more
part.
times.
This is the best part about this recording.
22nd, here at Pearl, Sunday night.
First, oh my god.
It's on.
The Shady Side origin with Sputnik Halo has some good stuff.
Oh, yeah?
That wasn't
Funny.
supposed to
There's
happen.
some very funny stuff in there.
It's so babyface. Look at this.
Oh, weird.
Oh,
Weird.
Oh, Adam.
I remember the first Shady Side show I saw, I think, was at Elsa's.
Wait, Elsa's?
Elbows.
elbow.
No,
Elsa's
like it
is
was.
Mexican. No,
It was
No, Jags.
Jags. Thank you.
Jags, yeah.
So
Jags.
we
I
watched.
watched Malarkey throw up.
Right, we walked in, and the stage is immediately to the right, and there is this sweaty band that is just loud and angry with this demon singing.
What is his name? Just kidding, Lee
played a
Shang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Lee Shang.
Me and Dan hated you when we first met you because you would never remember our names. And then you're finally dead. Freaking lovely Shang.
Kind of looks like Baron Zemo.
Oh, look at this. I get
This
to
is the
control
side of the
this.
bar that
Oh, I got you. Look at that.
What ass right off stage.
Look at all that metal. And then look at this idiot.
So sweat. Oh, wow. Making that face even back then.
Ooh, better when wet.
What is that, like the 10th girl you kissed tonight on your birthday?
Why isn't he wearing a mask?
There was so much COVID at this concert.
STD?
Hey, Judy,
You can
thanks
always
for
tell
joining the
COVID
chat.
Is that underwear on his
Happy
hat?
Friday to you.
Our orange underwear we used to make.
Oh my God.
Every morning, dog.
Screen printed on, or iron printed on underwear. Tidy whities dyed yellow, or dyed orange. Oh my God.
Man.
Right.
Do you guys
I'm
remember
still-
what it's like to
Still
go
doing
out
that.
Cool.
without masks?
But this is the coolest.
No.
I don't even need to
Not
edit.
really.
That's why we're watching this.
Right there.
Well,
Edit nothing. This is beautiful.
back when everybody kissed each other on the cheek.
Oh.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I'm
group
gonna
just
have to
kiss
this
each other
later.
on the mouth more often than not. I think was the standard greeting.
With a lot of sweat.
Gosh, beautiful. God, you're so beautiful, John.
I can't get past his hair.
Who is this guy?
I want that hair.
I hung out in my basement a couple of times. I don't know.
Years ago, a motherfucker said he was a hero.
The
But
mustache
all he
guy.
did is killed some motherfuckers.
No, that's his. No, his full name is he hung out in my basement a couple of times.
Yeah.
I read
He
that.
probably
in a
tried to
book.
get on stage and sing with us at some show.
Smoking herb for medicinal and
He probably did.
purposes only.
Or no, like,
Don't have
So that's what
any
I'm playing on.
like
And I keep on going.
knowledge of who this kid
Mind
was
knowing,
back
mind
then
body
or
flowing,
today.
and spirit
He used to
going.
try and help us
He
carry
looks-
stuff.
Even knowing.
Yeah.
But check
He
this
looks
out.
vaguely
If you
like
try to
Michael
spit some
from
shit
Alvin,
and make me
maybe,
look
but I don't
stupid,
think it
I'll
is.
flip you off like Cupid with a goddamn bow and arrow right to your heart. But that shit
Yeah,
ain't
man.
from love.
Okay,
That
dude.
shit's from a
You gave this guy a
dove.
pretty good bit of
Coming
airtime.
from the sky.
Somebody dropping an album?
No, blame it on Bart. Bart controlled the camera the whole time.
He
This is
should
a
have
Bart
walked
homie.
away.
Bart is trapped in this conversation with this bro. And he's like,
Michael, I feel threatened about this too.
on your video now.
He's too damn nice.
Yeah.
And that's the
Guy's
end of the
set is
video.
half as long as ours.
Jesus?
Wait, did Bart do this too?
Now, this was the next day because y'all were too out of it to load up. So you guys came back to the bar and loaded up your equipment.
Awesome. I remember that.
Daniel, is this a trailer to your indie film? Your Jesus
Sputnik
indie
Halo
film?
kids. Hold on.
It's a story about
That's
what
not
a
Dead
Jesus
Four.
Sarah
got
started
committed.
a yoga studio.
I'm
Dead
surprised how
Four
long
had a
this like
high-rise
lasted,
job.
by the way.
I'm not surprised.
In
I
a
just wanted
world
to play
where love is spelled
soccer
with thorns.
at the local college.
Boom.
What happened? The dingo ate my baby.
So that show
Fantastic,
happened
man.
in 2007. Where does that fall into the timeline of Sputnik?
Wow.
So that was like maybe 3 weeks before I told the guys that I was going to move to Bowling Green, and subsequently Sarah did too.
Were we
And
recording at the time?
yeah, we were still recording shit.
Yes.
Because I thought that took like at least 2 months ish.
It took
Oh,
six.
That's
6.
that's why Triple T and Milford Man didn't make it on those last recordings we have.
Yeah.
We had planned on putting them on there, but then
We had recorded them, but never
plans
mastered
change.
them. Yeah, we recorded them, but never mastered them, right?
Well, we
No, they
mastered
never got
Triple T.
mixed. We recorded Triple T, and
Yeah.
it never got mixed because when the announcement came, we had to stop basically.
Right.
Financially, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, well, I'm not disclosing too much, but us boys in Shady Sides kind of like relit a spark. So we're dabbing here and there. There might be no disclosure, but we rehashed some old recordings and we started releasing them. Is there any recordings possibly for you guys to do that?
Doubt it.
Wait,
Yeah, we
that's-
have.
I mean, there's some unmixed shit, but yeah.
We've got I'd say it's like a next to final mix of I think
Right.
8 songs.
I believe that's
Eight?
correct.
Yes, 8 songs that we never released. Most of
We-
them are. I think there's like 4 tracks that were never on anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
we had done, I would say, 3 main recordings in our time. The first one was just the 4 of us out in some dude's house in Yellow Springs, and I still have
did-
that somewhere. The
3
Signal
songs.
Stories.
Stories.
Three
songs.
tracks.
3 tracks.
That guy was crazy, and
He hated us. Why are you screaming?
Guys took me to the middle of nowhere.
Covington. Yeah.
Right. No, that was a different time. That was a whole different
No,
one.
yeah.
I'm
yeah,
talking-
yeah. Sarah, this first one was before you were in the band.
Because we had
how-
we had Less Than Fair, I think, Window Awake, and
And
was
Another
Today
Morning.
Started with a Knife? Oh no,
I wanna
no,
say
no,
yeah.
no.
Another Morning.
We didn't have Another Morning yet.
no, he's right. Another Morning.
It was a really
That was one of the earliest songs
Rough.
we wrote.
Yeah.
I don't
Amy
believe.
L?
No,
Yeah,
because
Amy L.
because I didn't think that happened until at least like the next time we were recording. Because the first 3 songs were like the base that we had, like Window Awake, Less Than Fair, and some other like pop bullshit.
I know
Man,
we
Less Than
recorded
Fair.
that song.
Yeah.
We recorded that song 3 times. We did it once with that guy. The second time was with Dustin for the Signal Stories
That-
recordings that we did.
Gypsy.
And then the
yeah.
third time was we recorded with Sabin, and Malarkey was on that.
Well,
it
the
that
first
time,
the
'cause-
first was Signal Stories, and then God Stopped the Gypsy was the Dustin one.
Yes.
And that was the first big one with all 5 of us.
Right.
Okay.
And God Stop the Gypsy, I do still have it, and that was our first 5 or 6 song, and we recorded intros and narrations and poems and free form drum machine things and
Yeah, dude, you still
soundscapes.
have that?
I do.
I have copies of that somewhere. Yeah.
You both
Well,
do?
Well, 'cause
you know I
please-
live down the
please
street,
share
right?
that.
I want to hear this.
Well, I
Okay.
might have
please,
our
please
first.
share that.
I might have our first 3 at my parents' house in the attic, but it's just been kind of hectic getting back there. And
I think I can access most of my copies of stuff. So
But I thought
I would love to revisit all that stuff.
I thought I had another copy of God Stop the Gypsy as well, in like my old car or something.
If I remember, I think I remembered our performance for the recording with Dustin for Guardrails being better than the one with Adam.
I think we liked the guardrails on that recording better. When I listened to it, the one with Adam, I think maybe got really sloppy when we got to one portion of it or something.
Mhm.
And we recorded all of this, if Daytonians can picture this, basically directly above the entry to Blind Bob's. Above it is a room that's just as big as the entry to Blind Bob's. And we piled our asses in there. Only on one side. And we piled our asses in there and recorded in the middle of the, I guess,
It's
fall
kind
and
of
winter.
it was kind of as big as this room I'm in right now, basically.
Yeah, like 12 by 10 by 10 maybe.
Yes, Tyler.
Do you remember the axe?
I
didn't know if we were gonna tell that story.
I mean, we don't have to mention it.
Oh yeah, we were saving stories. That's right. Go ahead.
It's an incriminating story. I don't know if we should really tell it.
No, there's no.
We
It's
shouldn't say
past
that
the
person's
statute of
name.
limitations.
Could I do it very loose? I could do it very loosely.
It's fine. It's whatever. I don't live there, so I don't care.
So we were recording in the space Andrew had mentioned above the Night Owl, and it was in the daytime, definitely daytime. And there's probably about 6 to 7 rooms in this hallway above the Night Owl that bands would rent out for practice space or recording or whatever.
Right.
And we were in the very front room. And the person we were with who was doing the recording also happened to work the bar and was even saying to us, we were like, hey, what are all these rooms? And he's all like, oh, this one's this one's this one's got this band. I don't know what's in that back room. Hey, I got this axe. Want to see what it is? So
Wait, are we
Most
talking
of the
about-
stories.
Was
Most
this
of
Blind
the stories
Bob's or
started in
Night
this-
Owl at the time?
No, this was during that.
It was Night Owl.
was it?
Night Owl.
Was it Jake?
Yeah.
It was Jake.
No, what?
Oh,
no,
no?
We're
Okay.
not gonna
No.
tell. We're not gonna say.
We're
We,
not gonna
No.
say
we
that.
first of all, we
I
already.
am.
If you were paying attention, we already said who it was.
Yeah,
I don't pay
so we're-
attention, bro. Hold
So
on.
Anyway, long story short,
he goes all shiny Jack Nicholson on this door, bro.
Muted.
Like,
No. Go
sorry.
ahead. Go.
He goes completely ape tits on this door, and name drop, bam. And this guy throws open the door next to it that we also didn't know what it was.
Wait,
Who's-
wait. To just
boom.
to
Who's
put it in
li-
put it in perspective. There's a door right here that none of us saw.
None of us saw. We're just hammered.
None of us saw. It was
in,
literally.
full
It was
axe.
like right here, and it opens, and we all just kind of go.
Yeah, we were ashen face, stone cold frozen to the floor. This guy could have did whatever, and we would have just been like, "No, we deserve it at this point," because he's renting an apartment on the other side of those doors.
He's
And
like,
it's
I
a
think he
nice
said,
apartment.
"My
It's really
house."
nice. We got to see it.
Like, bro, this ain't a house.
Well, yeah, we cut a hole in his fucking door.
Yeah,
We saw it.
we got to see right into the living room.
But that door was shelving. He put shelving on that door. So he's sitting there doing whatever the piss, and it's just like, bam, what the fuck?
This was hard for the guy, but the real torture was listening to us record this fucking album.
Yeah.
No, and then we had to apologize, ran back to our respective places, got whatever.
I think we
money
ponied up some
could.
money. Yep.
We give this guy.
We went and bought a whole new door for him.
Oh my.
Well, we
Hey,
You
hey
and
guys,
Adam
the cop. Hey guys, the cops are calling me. I'll be right
Oh
back.
shit!
Ah,
Damn, we said
ah,
too much.
sorry, buddy.
Sorry, person we might have named Zach. I think you said it was a. Wait, did you say it was a Zach? A Jake?
No, it was.
it was a
Artemis.
Jake.
Arturo.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the first and only illegal thing Sputnik Halo ever did. I don't want to delve too deep, but
So many.
we were talking about costumes earlier, and some of the best costumes we ever wore were the Halo 911 show.
Oh yeah.
Where we all dressed in official police uniform.
Oh God.
Hey guys, the cops are calling me again. I'll be right back.
Shit. And that show was amazing. That was the first, not the first, but one of many costume shows. Sarah, what was your favorite costume show? Did you have a favorite?
It was honestly that or the Pee Wee Herman show.
Tell us
We
about
did
the
a
Pee Wee,
Insta.
dude, because
You guys remember the Pee Wee Herman show? So
the Pee Wee show.
The Pee Wee show.
Which is on YouTube. Some of it's on YouTube.
Please
Where-
find that. I want to watch it.
We all dressed up as different characters.
I think
From Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Pee
so.
Wee's
I think if
Yeah.
it wasn't it the second set of a Canal Street playoff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or was it third?
had
I
two
thought it
What,
was-
what would I have to look up on YouTube?
Pee Wee's Playhouse Sputnik Halo, I believe.
That's just too easy.
And that's not a joke.
There is I know for a fact on YouTube there is a OG original for Sputnik Halo from Canal Street.
Right, yeah, totally.
Oh yeah. Like the
We
first
did
show.
2 Canal Street band playoffs, which were
Second.
these huge Dayton legacy playoff type things where every band, it would be 30-ish bands that would head to head and narrow the playing field down. And our very first one, we somehow got qualified. I think the second round we won because the other band
By
didn't
default.
show up by default. And so we get to round 3 and we're expected to play 2 45-minute sets, and we had 3 songs. 3 songs.
That's right. That's right.
And so we wrote probably 12 songs in 2 weeks.
We did a couple
Um,
covers.
A couple were covers. One was a cover that we tried to sell as an original, where I literally just sang Rod Stewart lyrics for the hook. Young hearts be free tonight. And
Dude,
tried to sell it
oh,
like
shit,
it was our
I-
own song.
Dude, I sang that song
I
the other day.
found it.
I sang
You
that
found
song
it?
the other day when
Yeah,
that Rod Stewart
it's a
song
12
came
minute
on.
video.
That Rod Stewart song came on, and I sang our version,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, dude."
So funny.
Vinny, I'm gonna send you the link in Discord just in case you want to.
Oh, can we watch that?
All right.
That was around the time we wrote that Matrix style song.
Alice,
That's
you wrote
Alice.
Did you say I wrote that? You're gonna
Yeah,
pin
you
that
wrote
on
that.
me on camera, motherfucker.
Hey, we were all pretty into the Matrix back then, and I
Yeah.
bet
Dude, it
most
was
of the
the
chat
shit.
was too.
Who
It
was
was
that?
after the second one.
There-
It
there
was
you go,
after the
Vinny.
second one.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I think,
Daniel.
Yeah.
I love
You're
you,
welcome.
buddy.
I would like to watch this. I didn't know
All
this
right.
existed.
The Matrix was part of the reason we became friends, I think. Me,
I
you,
know,
and Ben.
Yeah.
I think we've spoken to the drama of Sputnik Halo. A lot of that is because several of us, almost all of us, were theater kids, literally. But also everything we consumed at the time, from Adult Swim shows to Quentin Tarantino films or whatever, we were consuming it so hard and echo chambering it to each other, and it's gotten so self-referential that that's what we brought to our music. And this is the OG 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Tyler,
What is
I couldn't
this?
find the one you were talking about, Tyler.
You can't?
No.
Oh,
This is a very fantastic.
It's that guitar.
I thought the other one's Derek Packers, too.
This is Daniel on
the Pee Wee
his,
Rat, I thought.
This is
Daniel
the
on
first
his
song we
original
ever wrote.
drums.
You all look like church children.
Yeah,
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
I
Tried
wore
it out.
that white pants, white shirt, brown tie, belt, and brown flip flops. And the bartender literally looked at me and laughed in my face when I walked in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, bro, I'd
look,
never seen anything like this.
I got like a light blue button-up shirt on
Mhm.
with this stupid green.
Wait,
guitar
wait.
strap I
That's
had
Daniel-
since, like,
I'm
That's
wearing
Daniel.
a puka shell necklace.
Yeah, in a red T-shirt.
Sick puka.
Was that a Jimi Hendrix shirt?
So, Michael Malarkey official asks, but are you still church children?
No.
Only the Church of Michael Malarkey.
He honors the vampire.
I was really hoping for Pee-wee's Playhouse, guys.
I'll bow it.
Oh my goodness, Michael.
Here's your altar, buddy.
Yo,
No.
Look at that. That's a.
Not gonna lie, you look like every dude that went to Ohio University from 1998 through 2005.
Burn for days.
Mike's got an
Oh.
Elvis shirt on. Mike's got an Elvis shirt.
An Elvis shirt and a wristband. I worked at Hot Topic, you guys.
On. Oh my God, you did!
That's the
So
only
did I.
explanation for that.
Oh my god, look at Daniel!
I was working at Hot Topic.
There was a whole clique of us that worked at Hot Topic. Mike worked at Fairfield. Me and Daniel and
Yes.
Brian
Yes.
worked at Dayton
The
Mall.
Beaver Creek Mall one.
Yeah.
All
Daniel,
right,
or, Andrew, remember when you worked at Regal?
I remember the 2 hours I worked at Regal Cinemas. Yes. They're like, "Did you bring your social security card for the orientation?" No, I didn't.
I'm gonna
I never
close
went
that
back.
up.
Yeah.
I only could watch a couple minutes of that.
I can't argue that.
So,
Yeah.
so let's catch up to today. How's everyone doing today? 12, wait, what's my math? 14 years later. So,
Fine.
He's gonna fine. It's great.
Sarah, take the floor.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, what? I have a 4-year-old son who is a metalhead and plays mean drums and
hmm
requests Slipknot every single day of our lives. And I'm not sure why.
I
but
saw
I
that.
go
Yeah.
because I love him. I go along with it. But he honestly, we could start a family band at any point in our lives. And
Love it.
on top of that, I teach yoga, private yoga lessons, mostly to
Why'd you say it
people.
like
Mostly to people.
That's a really weird delivery, but
Private.
just calling it out.
Tons of people are intrigued now.
They're private because they're mainly for people who don't feel that they can either go to a yoga class because of physical capabilities or whatever. I'll teach you at 7 a.m. in the morning, which I do pretty much 5 days a week. And yeah,
That's nice.
I mean,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that emotionally don't feel like they can get in front of a big crowd of people like you see in most yoga classes.
And a lot
So
of
I'm
it
sure that prevents them.
and for physical capabilities too. So
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to
That's
say
awesome.
specifics about people that I work with,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
there
Right.
have been people for all different reasons, from
Yeah.
cancer to transitioning to not physically being able to get on the floor. So I do chair yoga and restorative
Awesome.
yoga. So it's basically therapeutic. But still, if you want to learn how to do like some cool shit, I guess I'll teach you how to do that too. So
That's awesome.
Badass.
yeah.
I'll drop the
So-
link later on once I get it, chat. I'll let you know. So, Michael, how's your world down south?
It's not bad. I mean, quarantine's been kind of rough, but before that, I'm still working in the restaurant industry. I started doing tech support for different restaurants down here, and some in Southern Ohio as well. It's nice. I like not having to work weekends and nights. Still was doing band with Daniel. I mean, still I love that band so much too. Like we did some other stuff, aside from Sputnik. I felt like I found myself again in a different style of music with Grenades, and I still would drive 3 hours to go practice with them once I moved down here. Yes.
Does Grenade still rehearse nowadays?
Not since COVID started.
Okay.
None of us. I mean, I can't
had,
speak
like-
for everybody else in the band. I think it's kind of unanimous, but I didn't feel safe driving 3 hours to go practice in a small room with those
Right.
guys. I didn't want to risk giving them or their family anything or taking anything back with me.
Right.
So definitely, yeah, it's been about a year since we've rehearsed, and I think we're all pretty much ready to get back at it in some fashion.
Everybody
The
is.
world is ready for you guys to get back after it for sure, man. This whole pandemic thing is like hurt music so bad, or live performance in general, People have found
Yeah.
outlets around it. One of the things Mike didn't plug is that sometimes on Instagram he posts really cool videos of himself playing some famous tracks or video game songs or
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
That are
Good stuff.
fantastic.
I've got a YouTube channel. It's called We Snack Hard, and it's got all of my. I've done a bunch of video game covers and some sitcom theme song
So
covers as
good.
well.
They're so good. If the
Thank you.
Office intro song would have been your song, I would have just played it every single.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that one and the Final Fantasy one were the two I'm most proud of doing on there. But yeah, check that out. There's some good videos on there. I think I've started to get a little more motivation to start doing those again, so I might do some more.
You should.
That's awesome.
Lots of people love it. I love it. What's the channel called again? On YouTube, folks.
We Snack Hard, all one word.
We Snack Hard. So look
Yes.
that up, chat.
Snack hard.
So,
I'll send you the link.
What
Vinny,
a
if you wanna
brag.
post it.
all right, who's next? Anybody? So,
Yeah.
tonight was fun as heck. Dang, it's really hard to believe that was 14 years ago, but at the same time, it's like, I'm glad that was 14 years ago and not last week.
Yeah.
You know, we all have grown up, in some sense, mostly. And oh wait, got a question from BW Lane. I think, any hope of a Sputnik Halo reunion? Maybe the question was asked and I missed it, but I'm curious. I have a guitar
Oh my
I'd
gosh.
like to get
Oh,
autographed.
Oh, that's the guy who. That's
Holy
Bill,
shit.
who bought my guitar,
Nice.
my PRS.
Hey,
Awesome.
Bill.
Hey.
Hey, Bill.
We should
On
do
the
it
top.
just for Bill.
Well, we did say that that last Canal Street show was like our second to last show, but I don't know if you guys would be down for playing. I have not touched the drums in years. So I don't know. Man. That's hard
I don't
to
know if I
say.
can scream like that, like I used to.
If there was a certain situation, would you guys
If there
do
was
it?
a certain situation
Oh.
that I could. So basically, what I'm gonna go ahead and say is, if there's rumblings in the air that Shady Side is doing things,
That's what it sounds
then
like.
you know Sputnik Halo is somewhere around here sneaking up on like the coattails to ride.
Right.
So
Right.
I feel like if there's a headliner in Shady Side, there's always an opener in Sputnik Halo. So
Michael
I
Malarkey
would-
official. I think it would be more like 2022, maybe.
Right,
We'll be lucky if
right.
it's like late
Yeah,
2021, but
it's gonna
if
take. I mean,
a
it would take
specific
us.
situation.
It would take us at least a year. I
To
think
figure
with
the songs out.
yeah, with having to go through recordings and videos, because there's a lot of stuff that did get recorded that we would probably want to resurrect as well.
I think, no, I think you guys are downplaying yourselves. I could learn those songs in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would
hey,
stab
shut up.
somebody in the
You were
chest
always the
to do
best.
those
You were always
songs
the
again.
best
Let's do it.
musician out of all of us. So that makes
Right,
sense that you could learn it all back in 5 minutes.
I still
I'm
play
basically
live.
I'm basically deaf now, so I probably would
Right.
take me a while to relearn that stuff.
I know that there's enough pieces of the puzzle that I'm missing between all of your guys' souls that it would not be hard.
Part of me
Yeah.
feels like if we were to use our wisdom we have now, our keen ears for music, I would credit a lot of that to a couple of you starting bands post Sputnik Halo, where song structure became an important thing.
Yes.
I think we would
Yes.
bring something different to it now that would help structure it a little bit more. It would be amazing, but stars would have to align for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
full honesty. If this situation arose, how was everyone's cardio? Because that's a big thing. You guys had like a presence, a live, energetic presence. I'm looking mostly at
Well-
you, Captain Andrew.
Bro, I
went
can
through, like,
freaking
2
bring it,
songs.
bro.
You know, I
Yeah.
can still beat you in a swimming pool. So I don't know about your
You
cardio.
Hey, your father figure's on a different level than mine, big dog. You want to bring it to my pool? I got home court advantage, ready to bring it to you, LVP. Let's go.
Threatening a throne.
But yeah, we'll talk more about that later.
My
Off
my
stream.
cardio's fine. I still do live shows, so
Yeah.
Right.
So, but at this point, if anyone else has one last thing to throw in to chat or just any comments you all want to say to him, I'll say it.
I want to thank you, Vinny. I haven't seen Tyler and Sarah in like well over 10, 12 years. I don't know. It's been a long
know.
time, but
I just have
Same.
so
It's been
much
really
I want to
nice.
say to you guys, but it's so difficult right now.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Well,
I
let's-
just
let's
tell you
make-
guys I
let's
love
Love
you
you
guys.
guys too,
let's
man.
let this be the thing where we
love you
can
guys.
just start talking to each other
Yeah.
like this or
yeah.
not like this, whatever. I miss
I
you
think
guys.
that's why I was like so excited, but also sad. I was like hoping that this wouldn't be like just like one time that we like
Yeah.
say
Right.
each other.
I
And
want that.
I don't.
It was
Yeah,
a
I mean,
epic,
well, I mean-
epically huge part of all of our lives for sure.
Yeah.
We spent at least 7 years doing it, right? Like, wasn't that around how long we did
From
that
03
one
to
band?
07. Yeah.
It's close. Yeah, it
03
was close to
07.
7.
So 12,
Yeah.
10, 12 years if my
07,
math adds
yeah,
up.
yeah.
but yeah.
About 10.
But it feels like that, man. It was so important, and that was such a like pivotal time for me, and so much growing up done across that, like to good and to bad. You guys got to witness personally so much of my growing up. Gosh, so much drama was not just on the stage; it was often at the band space as well, and to look back on it still so fondly. I don't know. It makes me happy that all of you do as well. So.
I know. That's honestly what I was worried about. I was so worried that like me being a douchebag had tainted everybody's like memories of me, and
Yeah, you're the biggest D-bag
I mean,
out there.
No, we joked in our little chat the other day, and Sarah's like, "Oh yeah, and that's the day I told you guys I was moving," and I was like, "Oh, and that's the day I smashed a notebook into a building on Fifth Street." And I think it was just because we kind of knew it was inevitable, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, it was such a Band-Aid rip off of something that was so huge that in that moment it mattered so big, but in the grand scheme of it, it was such a blip on the top of so many funny as fuck memories, you know. So
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
So-
you guys are all responsible for shaping. At least I can speak for myself. What I turn out to be as an adult.
Def-
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and I look back on everything extremely fondly. Even that day, I mean, I was so happy. I was happy for Daniel and Sarah
Mhm.
Right.
to move on and want to do something with their life, like something different with their lives.
right.
Not that what we were doing wasn't great, but I knew that they had other things that they were going to be great at, and it helped me realize that this wasn't the end of of anything. It was just a next step to something else, and all of
Definitely.
us had our own paths, and it felt really good to be able to learn that with you guys and not just have it like happen in some shitty like relationship or something, like
Right.
I feel pretty privileged to have been like. Can we just mention how many girls we knew in band at the time? Like,
Right.
I didn't
It
know
was a
any.
boys' club.
And
Right.
so it
Yeah.
was nice to feel like mostly protected by you guys.
I
mean,
think
I
you
grew- I
protected
mean-
us at times.
Yeah.
I can remember you protecting me many times.
Yep.
But you guys have had, it makes me have high expectations and like of what I view as like male relationships and male friends and things like that. And I don't know. And even being my first like rock band coming out of like classical training. And that's something that like I instantly took with me to Bowling Green. And so like, and that's something I still do. So I don't see it as something that I'll ever be giving up. So that reunion show, you guys just let me know. I'll compose the pieces. We'll get it
There
together.
we go.
There you go. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, I want to thank all of you. So when we did the chat, when we did the Shady Side one, Michael, Paytech, got a hold of me and just like thanked me how it was like great idea, this, that. So, and Shady Side talked about Sputnik through that whole majority of that stream. So it was just like instant. I need to track down a motherfucking video of them.
If I
I
could,
know it's out there. So go ahead, Tyler.
That helped me a lot with this. Like with all personal issues aside, like what we went through back then, like Andrew had said, like we were all growing up together and like taking pieces of each other. Like my relationship with Sarah, like paved a way for a lot of women to be ruined because I'm just like, no, I know women shouldn't be like this, the type of people that I want to be
Set the
around.
bar high.
Right, yeah, and like so when at the end of Sputnik Halo with each musical progression I tried to make, I found myself stifled because of myself not willing to put that sort of intimacy
Right.
in my craft because I didn't feel like I felt way more vulnerable than I did with you guys because we were blood and
Yeah, I could
like
never fully commit to another musical outlet because I don't know. We were, you guys were the penultimate to me. You know, it was
right.
so
And it's
big.
neat. Yeah, and I'm not trying to say it like it's a negative thing because the way that I feel feelings when I think about the time back there, like swells my heart with overwhelming joy. And there's only like a silver lining of sadness just because of like age. Like it
Right.
at some
Right.
point it had to have a definitive end because like we were a fucking megalodon, man. Like we would have rolled this earth fucking bare. You know, like we would have drained every ounce of energy that we had
That's at
on
least
a
what we
fucking
pretended
stage.
on stage. Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
that's what we were, a live band. So sometimes hearing these recordings, it's not the recording that's getting me. It's the memory of one time Daniel nailed this part so fucking hard, and I got the picture perfect spot because I'm right next to him every fucking night. And I'll
Yeah.
take that to my grave. How music makes you feel.
Mm.
And like how like some people can hear a song and be like, oh, this song really gets me. And I'm like, yeah, but like to be in the backseat of that thing and have it
Right.
have you be the conduit that it flows through and be above, like beside yourself, basically. You're no longer yourself when you're doing a show.
Right.
Like, not that you're a character, but like you are the most raw version of you. And I have to thank you guys for, I don't know, putting me in a perspective where I could ask better for myself and the people around me. Like, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah.
Those
that's
are
like the sweetest
true,
thing I've
honest
ever heard.
words.
Yeah.
Thank
Tyler.
you, Venny.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
It was
This is great. Thanks for
Thanks,
bringing us together.
Yeah,
Totally.
it was my goal to get you five. Now, chat, it's like we had a little, not scare, but it was like, we weren't sure that I was going to get all 5 of these fuckers on stream. And I am so glad that I did. It fulfilled my heart today and
Me too.
moving forward.
Like
And
it.
it's just, mostly, I am thankful no one busted out a Batwing, because there was conversations earlier in our group chat about nudity, and I was like,
That's fine.
"No, Tyler,
Just
no,
just
Hey, yeah, stop it."
It's
So-
only because I was worried of my threshold, because I was like, oh, I might have to have a couple of
You
these.
sent us the
What if I
rules.
get hot?
But yeah, I want to thank all 5 of you for joining me. Now, after the stream is over, talk amongst yourselves. It's 2021, lots of digital avenues, so don't fucking stop talking to yourself.
Fact.
Each other. Wait, you know what I mean.
Never.
And maybe like
yeah, don't
practice
stop
some
talking
old
to
songs.
yourself. You might be the only person you can talk to.
Tagline.
And you know, just like maybe rehearse some songs amongst each other, maybe. But with that being said, we're going to cut the stream. I had a lovely time. Fucking chat, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you
Lovely.
had a lovely time as well. Any last words, gang?
Lovely.
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 Lovely. That's it.
Lovely.
That's
All right.
Lovely to
Lovely.
talk to you guys.
Yeah.
All right, chat.
Thank you,
You
man.
all
Thanks, Vinny.
be excellent to each other.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ben.
Love you, Sputnik. Till next
Love
time.
you.
Refuge, chanting in different songs.